Welcome to another edition of the Rat Rod. Right, where did we leave off the last time? Quite simply, we started to strip the engine down. The 4 litre Range Rover engine, which has got injection system, and I want to put carburetors on it. So we got as far as the front cover, discovered that I needed to drop the sump, and that's as far as I got. The rain came and that was it. I couldn't do no more. What I am thinking is I'm going to have to move that cab forward, whether I like it or not. I need a bit more clearance there anyway. But here's the major issue. The bonnet is over here. It's just the bubble's too high. And I'm building a rat rod. There's no rules, is there, with rat rods? So I'm now heading off up to a farm in a little while where I'm going to pick up a bonnet from a Rover. I think he said it was a Rover P4. I'm also going to have a look at his rat rod. If he'll let me film it, I'll show you what it is. Right, enough chit chat. I'm going to head up the farm. Something else. Look at this for a little beastie. It's got gearbox problems at the moment, but I do know firsthand that he's ordered a shed load of parts from America, and you even get the Union Jack. Gorgeous, isn't it? I've been in this. It is a crazy car. Very vibraty, but we think the gearbox was the reason behind it. Rover 105. What he's done is he's took the wings off, extended the bonnet, because he had a steel bonnet purchase for this, so he's added all of that as an extension here. This is all homemade venting that he made up, and this, I bet nobody can guess what that is. So let me do this. I'll turn it upside down, the camera. There you go. A Honda motorcycle windjammer. Genius is what that is. It's all fiberglass down there. He has made a pickup bed at the back. Now what he did, cut all the way around, lifted, cut a big V out in the roof line. That goes straight across. I apologise for the wind. Cut that straight across, and then literally picked it all up, brought it forward, welded that back in, and then plated everything up. The guy's a bodywork man, so he knows his stuff. Plated it all in, and then created this pickup using the original tailgate. So there is the new bonnet that I'm going to try and put on. I'm well excited. All aluminium, nice and light. I don't have to do anything to it. Even comes with characteristic dents in bright. You do need to have a very big open mind on this. Ooh. Right. It's obvious, it's just too wide. Really, it's a case of watch this space. See what we come up with. Well, I think there's a peg underneath the sump somewhere locking that in, because they're all out, those bolts. Well, it turns out what was hooking it up was a oil pickup that I had no clue was there. I don't know these engines, and I bet some of you blinking well did and didn't give me a pre-warning. Now I am very much scratching my head. How am I going to do this? Because I was not expecting that, not one little bit. The oil pickups on the 3.9s and 3.5s goes underneath. Now has me wondering if the oil channels are even there. That's your oil pump there, that little lot. oil pickup goes into there, so it picks it up and throws it around in there. I cannot physically see any way of putting all of this lot on because there's a drive unit. See, this is what I need to do. I need to go in the shed and get the, hang on. Right, that is off the 3.5 and that fits on that shaft, no problem whatsoever. So I knew I had to change the cam, so yeah, it does look like there is a cam change to be done, which I already anticipated. So that then goes in there like that once the new cam is in place. When the cam is spinning, that's the new drive for the distributor and oil pump. The oil pump throws it through two holes here. So can I put a pickup underneath where the original 3.5 pickup would be bolted? Right, I've decided I'm going to pull that. That's the 3.5 one. Keep that. So we'll take that off, we'll drive these out and see where we end up. That's bloody 13, all that. Now I don't feel so worried about this because I didn't know what these two bolts were for. Put them down there, they may need to be going back on. You ain't going to want to sit here for another hour watching me rip all this lot apart. It's a few simple bolts, so I'm just going to shut camera off and remove all of this, and then at a snap of a finger we'll turn it back on. So, right. I have a new gasket in the shed, funny enough. Right, well that's where I got it. We've got to take the push rods off, then we've got to take the lifters out, we've obviously got to take the rockers out, and then I don't know how I'm going to do this next bit, but I've then got to draw that cam out somehow. I'm assuming there is a specialist tool for that. That cam is pretty worn as well by the look of it. See the discoloration around it. Come on, let go. That is really worn. You see it's actually gone through to the casings, the castings itself, you know, the steel. This cam has had a very hard life. Not that I want to sound like First Townsend, but it's knackered. Right, we're just doing test fitting, nothing more. We're not putting this in permanent and running it. I'm not even happy with the cam I'm putting in, and the other one's just as knackered. So rust issues from where it was sitting. I've taken the rust off the surface and I've put some old crappy oil on there just to help it on its way. That appears to be going in. There you go. That is the 3.5 litre cam. Just a standard cam that fits. And I can't remember how this goes back together. This is all a bit blurry. So I am, there we go, there. So I am assuming, I'm probably assuming too much really. And I assume also that sits on top. Thus, with that there. That's what I think it does. There is going to be a part 2 to this. The video is getting too long. I don't want an hour long one. I only want, what, 20 minutes, half an hour. So I'm going to try the cam chain, make sure that all lines up, and then I'm going to call it a day. And then I'll pick this up again tomorrow, and I'll give you 2 videos this week, and we'll see how far we go. But I'm going to pre-warn you all now. Maybe I shouldn't pre-warn you, but I'm going to. I'm not looking to get this running this week. I just want to make sure that everything is going to go where it needs to go, because there's some parts I want to replace. For example, the cam, I'd like to replace that. The lifters, I'd like to replace those. And so on. Now I cable tied this together ages ago and it is covered in muck, but it's just a temporary fit, and I'm hoping I don't lose the timing as I turn it. How many times am I going to have to turn this damn thing? Ah, you shit. Oh well. It come off. So we're going to have to retime it anyway now. We ain't got a lot of choice in the matter. Because I don't remember it being this slack when it came out of the 3.5. So I'm going to leave the video at that point, and I'd love some comments about this. I think, if I remember rightly, the chain was worn anyway. That was noted when somebody looked at it. But yeah, so before we disappear, I just want to point out that I have just changed that one, that gear, for another one I got, and I noticed that the teeth on this one, which is the one I just tried, they are pretty worn in comparison. The tips are wider on that one to what they are on that one, and this is the 4 litre cam chain, and that is a lot better fit than the previous. So I would say at a guess that chain is totally worn out. And they're exactly the same, the chains. I'll have to count the links just to make sure they are the same, but I'm not seeing anything different. Right, now we're out of here. I still have a question to anybody, Dan or anybody else. Let me just pull this off. From that cam you see there, this is the 3.5 cam. I'm not sure if I got that correct, but we'll find that one out in a little while. I'm assuming there is a washer that goes over there with a bolt, and I don't appear to have one in my 3.5 stuff. I gave the engine blocks to a friend who was meant to strip them all down and give me everything back, and it appears I didn't get everything back. Possibly. Is there a bolt that go through there? I mean, there's a hole for one, so I'm assuming there is. obviously there's nothing in there that attaches. So could somebody confirm if I am missing this, please? Thank you.